Good evening. This is CJ with the GOAT Sports Talk. Back at it again. Of course, you know the story tonight. LONZO balls out. 36 points, 11 assists, 8 rebounds, 5 steals. And guess what? Without the big baller brand shoes. Okay? So, hey, it looks like Nike is the way to go, man. Now, this is the thing. I'm going to put it like this. A lot of people don't understand when it comes to basketball shoes. Now, Elena Della Donna, I mean, I didn't do anything on that, but you already know she's the best WNBA player right now. Probably definitely probably the best in the last few years as far as women. She's a beast. She was clowning him. She is a Nike athlete. She was clowning Lonzo Ball on his shoes the other day. This is after, I believe, the bad game that he had. And, of course, he came back, ended up having a triple-double, like Ice Cube. He had a good day. Now, the thing about it, he did have KOBES on, okay? Now, I'm not going to read the article. I'm going to just show you here. It just makes it a little bit easier just to kind of scroll down and show you from LeBron James' Instagram that Lonzo Ball was wearing the KOBES, okay? Now, why is that? Why was he rocking KOBES? Because guess what? When it comes to performance shoes, and you got a company that has put in a lot of money into research into performance, even though this particular version of the KOBES, which is his most recent one, Isaiah Thomas wore them, a few other NBA players wore them, John Wall wore them on and off. Actually, John Wall wore an older version, which was the bright mango one that you saw him wearing at times during the season. And he also wore these versions as well, which is the Kobe AD, the first one after Kobe had retired. And Isaiah Thomas also wore these as well. So just to say that when it comes to performance shoes, it does make a difference. I'm telling you, as weird as it sounds, when a shoe feels good on feet, the cushion feels responsive, especially if you're a guard, and also when you get that good court feel, that impact protection, the fit is nice, the traction is good, you feel more confident doing what you do best on the court. You don't have to think. When you got a shoe like what his father created, which that was with minimal research, because let me tell you, when you're making a shoe, and I've actually owned Chinese branded shoes like Li Ning. I own actually a pair of Dwayne Wade shoes that were Li Ning, and they are actually, they're actually pretty good, even better than some of the major brand performance shoes. Now, not better than maybe some of the upper echelon shoes. I can probably go into sneakers if y'all really want me to at times. If you want me to go into sneakers and what I think about them, I have a lot of experience with them. I'm pretty much primarily out of the sneaker game, but I've owned hundreds of pairs over my life, and I know what it is to have a performance shoe and how it makes you feel. And really, it does enhance performance. Believe it or not, that's why it's called a performance shoe. And it does make you feel more confident when you're making moves on the court. And I believe that was one of the problems that Lonzo Ball had going from game 2 into this game. Of course, he skipped the De'Aaron Fox game. And I believe that he had talked with his old man that he probably felt that he wasn't performing well because of the shoes. Now, if you saw Lonzo Ball during the course of the season and during the course of his workouts and his practicing and his shoot around with the team after he was drafted, he was wearing James Harden shoes, okay? And James Harden shoe is one of the best performance shoes in recent memory. It's like Adidas, their performance line is just killing everybody when it comes to performance. Now, that shoe, from what I've read from multiple people that have worn that shoe, it has great reviews, great court traction, impact protection, court feel, fit when you get the right size, because a lot of times you got to go half a size down in Adidas compared to Nike. But if you get the right fit and you put shoes on like that, you are going to feel like a baller. You're going to feel like James Harden. You might not ball like him, but you're going to be out there, Euro stepping. You know what I'm saying? You're going to be out there doing your thing, because that's just a high-level performance sneaker. And this begs the question, will there be a delay? Maybe will the first prototype Lonzo shoe be more of like a collector's item shoe? And will the father somehow be able to get a performance line going in terms of a true, better shoe for his son? Because I believe that when he knew that his son was declaring, he basically got with a company that could, make him a shoe based on other molds of other shoes that were made in the past, and put together something and threw it on his son. And you just don't do that. You just don't do that. Like, his old man played back in the day where you could probably get away with wearing some Adidas or some Reeboks that had, not so good cushioning. The traction was suspect. It was bulky feeling, and you just had to play with it. But the level field was evened because everybody had to play in that style of shoe. Even Jordan's first shoes are terrible to ball in. Like, I don't want to go into too deep into it, but like the Jordan 1 was good if you wanted traction, but impact protection was terrible. It did not really give you the kind of containment you needed. And it's amazing when you watch video of Jordan, how he balled in that shoe. And imagine if he wore a modern shoe back during that time. So a lot of people have no idea how hard it is to ball in like some Jordan 3s. And you see Jordan doing this thing, acting a complete fool on the court. You know what I'm saying? To where you're like, man, this boy's a monster. But then go try and play in those shoes and replicate what you do in better shoes, you'll be shocked. You'll be like, man, this is a whole different beast. So I think that to a certain degree, I think that the father may have, I understand his intentions. His intentions are 100% legit. I just think that when you're looking at the situation with your son now having to switch over to another shoe because the other shoe is not good enough for him, that's going to say a lot. It hurts your brand whenever that happens. That's the reason why there's restrictions when players sign these deals to wearing other brands. They don't want to see you. If you sign with Adidas, they don't want to ever see you going and practicing even in a regular practice in the off season with a shoe other than Adidas. Same thing with Nike, same thing with Under Armour. You will never catch Curry balling out in some crazy explosives practicing around. He probably can't even buy the shoe. They might even have stipulations like, we don't even want to see you a picture holding the shoe, buying a shoe, a receipt with your name on it, or anything like that. For this very reason, because it hurts your brand image. And that's what this is going to do. Now, as far as the overall popularity, I do believe, as someone who has been a collector of sneakers and understands the sneaker game for many years, I do firmly believe that anybody who owns those Lonzo ball shoes, especially the first version, those shoes, if this man becomes a rookie of the year, he becomes a perennial all-star, those shoes will be worth a ton of money in some years down the road. Like as a collector's item. It's purely collector, non-performance. They will be worth a lot of money if he becomes a guy that's literally like the face of LA Lakers. There's no doubt about it. Those shoes will be worth a lot of money. So from that standpoint, if someone's a collector and wants to own a shoe that could be worth a lot of money, it is worth probably buying. And at the bare minimum, I think that someone can get their money back, even if he's not a multi-year all-star. But let's say he's on the level of like a Kyle Lowry, but he plays for the Lakers. But he's on the level of a Kyle Lowry. I believe that shoe will still be worth more money because your brand is expanded because you play for the Lakers. Period. It's just what it is. If you're in commercials, you're popular, you're seen with the stars, you may be dating a Kardashian, then it will be that much more amplified. So to be, I'm just kind of shocked to see this game, but I was not shocked to understand that it happened in another pair of shoes because it does change things. Like Spike Lee said in the Jordan commercial years back, for you young kids that don't know, it's got to be the shoes. All right, so hey, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think. I'm out.